Welcome back to Beg, Borrow, Steal, the FM22 adventure where we're trying to go all the way from the fourth tier of Spanish football to the first without spending any money whatsoever on transfers. And brace yourselves, we've won a game we probably didn't deserve to. We had a men sent off and we were behind on the XG, but we've won a game. And today we've come back to see if we can keep the run going, or is it all going to fall apart once more? So let's start off with the league table, then we'll show you the form. We're down in 15th place. Down in 15th? Up in 15th? You judge for yourselves. We're 7 points ahead of the relegation places. I guess an optimist would say we're only 10 points behind the playoff spots, but optimism doesn't really fit in with the culture of this channel. Let's show you the form that's led us where we are. I'll warn you, apart from the last game, it's not great. So in that last episode, you watched us go 2-0 up against promotion-chasing Malaga, only to throw it away and only draw 2-2. Since then, we've had some more pretty suspect performances. We exited the Copa del Rey, losing 2-1 to Mallorca. I guess considering they'd beaten us 5-0 in the league the previous month, 2-1 wasn't terrible. The next four results were all poor in their own way. A 0-0 draw against Elche was followed up by a particularly worrying 1-0 defeat to Las Palmas. This is the team we beat 4-0 on the opening day of the season, yet when we brought them back to our place, we could only muster 2 shots in the entire game, an XG of 0.04. Who was to know that was the good performance, because in the next game, we got a point against Barcelona's B team, but we were away from home. We registered just 1 effort all match, an XG of 0.01, so we decided to tweak and change. We went full on Tinkerman, and in the next game against Eibar, well, we probably should have won this game. We were in the lead twice. We went down early. Kevin Carlos scored goals. That's a miracle just in itself, but we were 2-1 up and pegged back to 2-2 before Guelphy put us into the lead again, only for Hristo Stoichkov to equalise in the 79th minute. By this time, you'll see we've switched back to a 4-4-2, and it's that 4-4-2 that got us the 1-0 win against a good team in Alaves in the next game. It was made harder by the fact that Mickey decided to get himself sent off late in the game when we were already time-wasting and hanging on. We had to cling on for this result against somewhat of a barrage from Alaves late on, but we managed to break the cycle. We got a win. But today we've got another tough game. We're playing Ibiza, 5th in the table. They won the title last season, the year that we came up with them from the 3rd tier. They always beat us. No matter what we do, they beat us. But we need to pick up something today just to try and get the bandwagon rolling again. So don't you get snippy down in the comments. I can already hear you typing about me returning to the 4-4-2 anytime things get difficult. Well, I did, and it got us a win, all right. But I'm thinking about making some more changes to personnel today. We need somebody to fill in for Mickey because he's suspended. We need somebody to fill in for Muratori because he's carrying a knock. And we've also got Kevin Carlos to come back in, potentially for Sonogo. What are we going to do in central midfield for this game? Not entirely sure. We're not blessed with options. I have bought in another midfielder. On deadline day, we swooped for Dylan. We're not paying a pound towards his wages. He's coming on loan from Tenerife. He's a playmaking midfielder, really, when I could do with something a bit more combative in there. But at least he's warm and breathing, so I think he's going to get a start today in place of Mickey. What are we going to do about Muratori? I'm not sure. It might be that we have to give Hassan a game, but we know that with his determination of 6, he's not going to be scuttling around that midfield third, winning the ball back willingly for us. Maybe we've got to dance with the devil and bring Smitterella in as a midfielder. Smitty is 32 now, and long gone are those glory days where he was picking up average ratings of 7.52 over the course of the season. Now, he's a little bit more of a cumbersome option who could play central midfield at a push. Do you know what? I think today he might have to. We'd love to go out there against Ibiza and get back-to-back wins. Let's tweak the side and see if we can do just that. Okay, we are underway. When you're choosing between Smitty and Hassan in midfield, I'm not sure there are any real winners in that battle. We've gone for Smitty. At least he's got a bit of determination and bite about him. And after 15 minutes, we are into the first highlight. I don't know why Ibiza always strikes so much fear into me. We just always seem to lose to them. And we'll see whether today we could buck that trend a little bit. They look like they've got the first highlight. They're in early. We need Nelson to shovel one around the post just to keep us on level terms. It looks like Ibiza have made a pretty bright start. They're slinging in a corner. We're still weak on corners, by the way. We've reshuffled where people are standing for the corners. But even our big players are being out-jumped. We had Muratori marking at the far post in our last couple of games, and he was still being beaten in the air. That's something to look out for in this game. A little bit of a worry. Still, we're on 35 minutes. We're into the highlights again. Nelson has thumped one up the pitch. Rossi doesn't even bother jumping for it. He's missing some chances of late, by the way. Could not hit a pig's backside recently, but he's our number one star. He's our best player. We don't really have any other great options. We're playing KC, Kevin Carlos, alongside him and reverting to two up front to try and sting them back into life. But when we did it, it's Kevin Carlos that was getting the goals. They've clipped the outside of the post now. They're pretty rampant, aren't they? We've got Rasanis has picked up a little knock as well. He might not be coming back out for the second half. We've had more shots. We've got the same XG. But they've had the ones that are on target. We've hit half time. It's not a great performance. We've got a bit of shuffling to do during the break. See you for the second half. Okay, we're underway for the second period. We've made that little change. Rosales off. We've brought on Javi Soler. More of a centre-back these days than a right-back. But he's on to try and do a job for us. We've noticed that Guelfi is starting to struggle in terms of his fitness. Maybe Hassan's going to have to come on. And we might need to bring Dylan up and play him further forward. We'll see whether we can make that change in a moment. Still, they are in the box again. We've cleared one straight to them. And Rodado has headed them into the lead. We always lose against Ibiza. I think it's written into Spanish scripture that Europa will forevermore lose to Ibiza. One day we're going to be playing Barcelona in a title decider, and Ibiza are going to be our next fixture, and they're going to be bottom of the Primera Division, and we'll still lose to them. Oh, goodness me. Okay, we need to make some changes. We need to try and drag ourselves back into this game. Okay, we've made ourselves a couple of changes. They've got a free kick, though, and it's just evaded all of their players. We've gone a bit more offensive. We've brought on two subs. We've pushed the lines up. We're also going to throw out a shout of demand more. We're into the highlights before that takes effect. Can we work our way back into this game? We've got the ball with Lander, not playing that well today. We've got it to Rossi. Can he get Casey? He's in. He's been in good form. Not this time. That was a simple chance. He's gone to the keeper's left when I wanted him to go to the keeper's right. But Lander's on the corner. He slings it in. Rossi's there. Is it a penalty? It's not. I think we fouled them. Just gifting possession back to them. We've thrown out a shout of demand more. It's a bit of a tight game. We've still got a chance. We're going to go up to attacking. Let's see if we can do anything more in the tactics. We can throw Lander up there and ask him to be an advanced playmaker, really far advanced. We can put these as more attacking fullbacks, I guess. Throw it up to a full attack. In fact, let's just put Smitty there to guard the defence and ask Hassan to bomb on. What we got? 7 minutes to go. We need to try and force another chance. We're going to go encourage. We're into injury time. I fear we've brought you back for another loss. We've brought you back for another loss. We always lose to Ibiza. Oh, what do we say? Unlucky? We've been working so hard to build up the morale. Do I want to tell them I'm not happy? That seems to have done the trick because we've got a lot of work on to do. Let's see how that's going to leave the table. It's not going to be looking great, I don't think. The media want to see us as well. Let's have a look at the table. We're in 16th place. The gap is still 7 points, but teams in the relegation zone now got a game in hand on us. And we are miles out of the playoffs. We would have to have an almighty end to the season to even think about sneaking into those promotion playoffs. I don't think that almighty end to the season is a realistic possibility.